Excellent. All right, everyone. It is Masculine Geek number 8. It's actually 82. Disregard the little thing on the bottom there. I'm going to change that in a moment. Yeah, it's all fucked up. It's not a good night. Yeah, it's a good night, but we have some issues.
It's
so
off.
Masculine Geek number 82. This was supposed to be returning guest Stephen Story. However, where he's located, the hurricane is wreaking havoc in the area and he's got to work. So we're going to reschedule. So no worries. As usual, we're fine and okay with flying by the seat of our pants. So let me go over here and hide that. Edit this. We may have a surprise guest on a little later. I think he may have forgotten what day it was too. So,
well, he is a little retarded kid.
That retard. So yeah, exactly. So there we go. This is the rescheduling and randomness episode. So welcome. I'm not sure who's in the chat because I didn't go in there yet.
Bacon and yeah, Mictobus is there. That's all right. You know, the $1 million chat takes a minute to show up most of the time.
They're like ADHD kids too.
Yeah, they kind of are.
It's like we've only been doing this for almost 2 years. Jesus Christ. So, how's everyone's week been?
So far, mine's been all right. It's been hot out here. We're definitely not having hurricane issues in Utah. So it's been hot today. I think got up to about 97. It felt worse as it was kind of muggy. It actually rained a little bit last night, like around, I don't know, midnight or somewhere around there. And it just was humid today and muggy. And then that burned off, but it was just like, fuck, it's hot. So it's hot. One Amos Bull Rush.
What's up, gentlemen? It was weird today. I only got up to about 84 and about 36% humidity.
Oh, dude, I would so take that right now.
It was like, wow, this is like a sort of a pre-fall day, which I'm fine with. I have no problem whatsoever. But as the day progressed, the humidity sort of settled in and bumped up another 20%. So I threw the air on because most of the day, as I was working from home here, I just had the sliding glass door and the windows open, just having the breeze blow through. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's up, Bull Rush? Juan, Amos, fucking homos.
All of you. All homos. All homos all the time.
Jesus Christ. Now we found the name of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good censorship, I'm sure. They should need to bring in Modern Life John with his nipple, and then we'll be all set.
That's right. Well, and Clary with his gay hand.
Well, that's always, yeah. Always in effect.
So what's been going on in the PNW, TJ?
It's been hot. Not nearly as hot as it was a couple weeks ago when it was like 104, 105.
That's crazy.
I've actually been not watering my lawn every day now because when I wake up in the morning and I go out to check the garden, the lawn tends to be really moist. So I just was like, okay, well, as long as it's moist, I'm not going to deal with that.
Moist. But, I'm sorry, that word always makes me fucking laugh.
God. That just been actually, I just, for dinner, I had some of my homemade tomato soup. My garden's been making so many tomatoes. I don't know what to do with them all.
That's
so
what you said.
I've been giving them a lot of them away. And then using some for recipes like pizza and the tomato soup. And then I've been curing my winter squash for the winter. So nice. It's been an interesting experiment. I was dealing with pests, like squash pests. They're these bugs that just come and basically eat out your garden. So I kind of felt like I put on my Vietnam vest when I went out and bought a bunch of insecticide and stuff and just started spraying it everywhere. Like here's some Agent Orange for you, Charlie Bass.
What pests are you referring to? Like bugs or? Yeah,
they're bugs, and what they do is they lay their eggs underneath the squash leaves, and then they just start eating everything out.
Are they like aphids or some shit? Like
no, they grow into full bugs. Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube.
Oh shit!
I have to look that up. And so what I did is I bought 2 insecticides. I bought one that's a spray that you you mix with water and then you start spraying. And then I bought a powdered dust one, like angel dust, and just started throwing that everywhere. And that pretty much took care of it. So now they're finally starting to actually generate more squash. So it's been interesting. I've never done a garden before, so tomatoes are a lot easier.
Okay.
Tomatoes are a lot easier.
So you've got tomatoes, squash. Don't you have cucumbers or some shit too?
No, they look like cucumbers. It's a type of winter squash. It's called delicata. So there's the turban squash, which looks like a turban, as the name would imply. Those you don't eat a lot of it. You scoop out the squash after you've cooked it. The delicata you can eat entirely for the most part.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, and the reason why it's been really popular with early Americans is because if you cure it and you store it right, it'll last through March. So it'll last a long time. So you grow a lot of it and then you cure it right and it'll last. So I'll have
is that what you're doing?
I'm going to try to do it. The problem is delicata is the one that I've cured probably the best, and it lasts only a couple months. It doesn't last very long. Other types of squash like a turban. The problem is I picked a lot of my stuff too early because I was afraid that the bugs were going to kill it or it would start rotting or something like that. And so I just, out of panic, I grabbed it and whatever. But then I realized, you know what? I got to go deal with these bugs. They're not going away easily. So I just went full Vietnam on them. Gotcha. I love the smell of dead bugs in the morning.
Who doesn't? I mean, it's the way it goes.
Charlie, don't surf. Or the night moist, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right, it's moist, right? Jesus Christ. That's right. It's right to be juvenile every now and then. It keeps us. It keeps us young.
Speaking of which, it's National Dog Day.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
Chris Rollo's been fucking showing pictures of dogs all goddamn day.
I didn't see that. Well, somebody say show your pet pics, and then he did a dog. I thought it was just a response to that.
He did that, and then he retweeted something else too that had to deal with Dog Day in Las Vegas or something too.
Gotcha.
Well, here I got a couple of photos.
Share them out. Send them over. I'll share them out.
1 second. I got to make sure it actually pops up.
Oh
my God. I'm helpless with you guys.
It's just going to be one of those nights. And this is kind of cool what I'm drinking here tonight. This is product of Scotland. It's ale fermented in oak barrels. Traquair Ale House. A handmade ale brewed in the ancient brew house of the oldest inhabited house in Scotland. Kind of cool. It's like a weird chocolate finish, which I'm not sure I like yet.
Let me try and do a share screen.
You can just share the screen and I'll throw it up. If there's any kind of audio, make sure you click the audio checkbox.
Okay. So here's the one. This is my favorite.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Yeah. Reese. His tongue looks like a huge flap.
I got another one that's actually that recent. 1 second. I'll stop sharing. 1 second. Share screen. And then application window.
Actually, Bull Rush, that was a good idea. Should have done
this was we were going on a hike last year.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a cool sweater. That's a pretty cool sweater.
Yeah, I got that in Ireland.
Nice. Reese looks very cool. It's like you interrupted him as he was talking to you about something very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
TJ, why are we looking at the? Yeah, he also killed my camera on this hike.
He did?
Yeah, I took this photo and then we walked about I'd say half a mile. We were up there was this waterfall that we had to cross because the water went across the trail. So I'm going and stopping to take a picture and he like knocks into me and I drop the camera in the water.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so the camera doesn't, I mean, it eventually, it took months, but it took it doesn't work anymore. So I got to get a new camera.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, I could foot the bill to his owner, but I've gotten enough free stuff out of free fun out of taking Reese on a hike, and also not having to get my own dog, which is far cheaper than the camera, or far more expensive than the camera.
Yeah. I do believe Bull Rush is calling you constipated, TJ.
I was one I've learned, don't smile.
Take a shit.
Don't smile in the photo. And also, it was cold on that hike. Let me tell you.
Did you have like sort of like the glare of the clouds in your eyes?
I just remember it was frigid cold. That's why I was wearing that wool sweater.
Well, I don't think that's what he means by constipated. It has nothing to do with the sweater. I think it's just a look on your face.
That's the look on your face when you're freezing cold and you're trying to get a dog to not
stop talking to you.
Exactly.
That's cool. Have you been on a hike recently with Reese?
Yeah, about a month ago. It's just so hot. I don't take him out. I don't take him outside I don't take him on hikes when it's this hot.
Well, you don't. Yeah, the dogs get overheated pretty quick.
He's also two things. He's old. He's 10 years old. He's starting to get He's starting to get the white hairs like me. And then
an old man. Nice. Get some lineage.
No, seriously. And then he's a purebred golden retriever. So purebreds don't pace themselves. They just go all in. And so I took him on one hike a couple months ago where it was pretty hot, and I'd rather. I just don't want to have to go.
It didn't go well.
No, I got nervous because I ran out of water. At one point, I gave him all my water, and I was like, okay, I hope we get down to the bottom, without any trouble, because I really don't want to have to explain anything to his owner if he collapsed. I mean, I could carry him, but I'd rather not have to do that.
I get it.
She's the kind of person who would get upset over losing, how those Cool Whip containers. You know what those are? Imagine an empty container of Cool Whip. I've been given she's given me things in one of those, and very important that I bring back the container. Right. So this is a Cool Whip container. So imagine what would happen if her dog didn't make it back.
Yeah, right.
I'd rather not have that conversation.
No, I get it. Amos, we haven't decided on what we're going to broadcast yet. Well, we'll keep you posted. There may be a pre-show. We'll see. I don't want to turn it into a huge fucking circus. So
I don't want no scrubs.
There you have it.
Yeah, no scrubs.
Don't go chase some waterfalls.
That's right. So we'll keep you posted. Obviously, we may meet up, even if we don't do a formal MG broadcast. So, but I'll keep you posted. Don't worry. You will anyone who is in the masculine geek life speakeasy obviously gets all the event information first. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, absolutely. You can be amped up and pregame for it. I mean, it's going to be a pretty interesting adventure, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Rah. So you had a good week, Rob?
So far.
TJ was picking bugs off of his leaves. So.
Oh, yeah, so far, I mean, it's middle of the week. We're going to Thursday. Tomorrow, who knows what tomorrow's going to bring. But as far as my week so far, it's it's hot. It's like, that's the only thing I can really bitch about, I guess, or that I have any complaints. It's just, I'm kind of over the high 90s. It's like, I'm ready for the mid 80s.
Gotcha. Now, is that normal for Utah this time of year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Mm.
We're still. This is kind of the dog days of summer, I guess you could say. And so, yeah, it really is. But I'm kind of done with it. That it's like, okay, we need to, like I said, we don't have to, get silly and get down to like 75, even though that would be fantastic.
Right.
But it's that would be great. But it's like, dude, I'll settle for low or high 80s, even like 88. It's like, I'll do that. That'll be like a cold snap rolling through here.
Now, what's the coldest it's gotten out near you?
Oh, Utah.
Well, both of you guys, what's it like? Because I've never been out to either of your areas.
The coldest, like in winter, we're talking in the negatives, probably like -10.
Okay.
Yeah, Utah, Salt Lake City, and my area have similar temperatures or climates. We will get in the high, we'll get up to 100. I think that it's a little bit more humid where in Salt Lake City, I remember going there as a kid when it got really, really hot. And
no, dude, it's the desert out here. There's like no humidity out here.
Right. That's the thing is I was saying like there wasn't a whole lot of humidity. We'd be out and it'd be 95 degrees and we'd be, I remember when I was in California. So I had relatives in Salt Lake City and relatives in California. And one of the things I remember when I was a kid when we would travel there is it'd be 95 degrees and we wouldn't be sweating a drop. But it's 95 degrees. You're not going to go for a marathon run or anything like that. But then I remember being there during Christmas one year, and it's Salt Lake City. That area gets really, really cold.
Oh yeah.
That's also why there's a lot of snow there. That's why they do Park City. They got the ski season there.
Yep.
And it's kind of the same thing here, except I think there's more humidity. We got, I don't know, the geography is just, it's very interesting because I'm right in the middle of the mountains, but 20 miles east of me is just complete flatland desert. So they have a totally different climate than us right here where I'm at. So that's the one thing about Washington State is the weather changes so drastically. You can go from where it's pouring down rain and 50 degrees, you can go to where it's 20 degrees and just snow everywhere. In fact, you can even do that without even having to leave the area. There's one mountain called Tiger Mountain where I used to live in Issaquah, and it'd be like 45, 50 degrees, raining at the bottom of the mountain. You hike up to the top, and it was just pure snowfall everywhere.
That's kind of cool.
And it's all because of the Arctic wind. So that wind, though, the air that would come down from Alaska. So we would always need for snow on the west side, we would always need precipitation that we always got, but we also needed that air coming down from Alaska. Otherwise, it would just rain like it did during the Christmas season.
Gotcha. Fuck you, Boros.
So this has nothing to do with what he just said. I've had this and I thought it would be cool to show. So I'm assuming most of you, other than because you're normal guys, other than Aaron Clary, you've seen Rambo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the film, they made a movie. It was set in Hope, Washington, which was supposedly just north of Vancouver and Portland, right? It was actually in British Columbia. Well, they set up a statue in that actual town to John Rambo. So I'm going to show a photo 1 second.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't try to tear it down.
I know, exactly.
Okay. That's fucking badass.
Right.
I like it. That's funny.
Yeah.
The 80s want the headband back. TJ, is that a headband?
It's a hanker. It's a bandana or whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I just carry it around because I won't wear. I normally will not wear the face mask.
Yeah, I don't do that either. I have I've got a motorcycle band, the wrap. If I do have to wear one,
I want to get a mask, or if I could get a bandana that would say like
Thanks, commies.
Well, no, like this mask does nothing.
I mean, someone just posted something on Twitter about this thread with a variety of peer-reviewed articles saying that basically, yes, the mask is worthless. Now it's just it's almost like you've got the fear is embedded. The submissive people are now liking it, and it's just like it's become a thing. It's like an accessory. It's like a woman's accessory, and a feminized mangina's accessory. I'm like, you people are fucking retarded. It's insane. I'm like, I'm not doing this. No, fuck you.
Yeah, it's there's no point in kind of going.
We're beating a dead horse.
Everybody knows.
Everyone in the chat knows what the deal is. And if you happen to come on this broadcast at a later date and you're wearing a fucking mask, particularly if you're wearing a mask in a car, go fuck yourself. So stupid. Anyway, all right, so that's cool. It's been hot as fuck where you guys are. It was really weird because we had like some pre-autumn days last week. It's like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm like, wow, this is unusual weather for fucking August, particularly in New Jersey.
Yeah,
so
I'm really looking forward to the autumn period here is really beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's when right now is harvest season. But that's when all the colors come out everywhere. Just the oranges and just I see I'm surrounded by hills and mountains, so all these different types of colors come out, and it just makes it. I enjoy photography, so it really makes it easy to just point and click. I don't have to like set up a photo. It's just the photos are there for me. In fact, I'll give an example. This is one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken. I'm going to pull it up one moment.
Cool.
Actually, you know what?
Aww.
Oh, that's adorable.
Well, it remains to be seen. Show us the photo.
I'll give an example. This was what the heck? Oh, that's right. I didn't do it that year. That was that year. Sorry, I've taken so many photos that I've gone on. I've divided them up by year. This is one of my best photos, or in my humble opinion.
Cool. That's a nice shot. Where the mountains come in as a V. Mm-hmm. Now, where is that?
That is on the trail. So those are the enchantments, and above. And so this trail is leading to Lake Stewart.
All right. And you were talking about the enchantments also. That's in your story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right.
So let me pull up one other photo. I know where it is at because there we go. Okay. This is probably the best photo I've ever taken, and I've made like what is it called? Like those types of pictures that are on a certain type of texture,
like a sepia tone or some shit like that. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the actual technical term. That's pretty cool. That looks like something out of like the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know.
When they fall off the cliff and Frodo's looking down, he's like, "Get off the road!"
Yeah, I know. I remember I was. This is on Blackbird Island in Leavenworth, and I looked. I turned the corner, and there was no like. If you look, obviously, there's no evidence that someone walked on it because the leaves were all over the ground. I was like, "This is the photo. This is the photo." So I took that.
That's cool.
I actually was going to do, I was going to print out photos. I've been wanting to do that this year, probably not, but I'll do this maybe next year. Print out photos of that and try and sell them in Leavenworth.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, you could probably do something like one of the one of the photo sites.
What
You
are
can
those, like,
create an account and throw them up and put them up for sale.
Yeah, it's like a boxed frame. Like it's a wooden frame, and then it's the photo is stretched over it. What is that called?
Canvas?
Yes, canvas. That was it.
The
I've done
canvas.
canvases of those for family members for Christmas, and they loved it. So I was thinking,
Yeah, they're fun. That's a good idea.
I could try and sell canvas versions of that.
Cool. I have a few personal canvases coming out that I might show those off.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Hot, steamy, good stuff.
My house isn't big enough to have all the photos that some of the good photos that I've taken. Instead, it's full of other stuff. So.
That's all right. I mean, I guess you could go the digital route and buy one of those digital frames where it cycles through all the photos.
Well, and I got the outbuilding out there. At some point, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. Do I want to really like turn it into an actual work den? Like go all the way, put carpet on the floors, put like insulation between the walls, and put like drywall. Do I really want to go that way, or do I just want to make it kind of like a makeshift whatever? I'm leaning on the side of keeping it kind of primitive because it's an outbuilding, and it looks like where you put your lawnmower, which is where I have it right now.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I probably won't be in this house forever, but
that's something to think about. You could always turn it into a small writing studio.
I need a work den. I need like a desk with some basic stuff around me, and it's isolated from the rest of the house. It's like, like you need your fortress of solitude,
Absolutely. That's what I've got here. This is the den right here.
Right.
What the fuck happened to Rob?
He probably had to check his prostate.
He's like, wait a minute.
He's getting a lot in his ear.
Turn your head and cough. Here's to you and your prostate, Rob.
That's right.
Yes. May they
retain that steam and see what happens to your prostate in 20 years.
I was waiting for that. Yeah. Jesus. I have to ask, who the fuck is actually talking about that seriously?
It's a bunch of those weirdos that, it's nobody I follow, but it's guys that I follow commenting, retweeting, liking these dipshits is how I'm seeing it show up on my timeline.
Okay.
And so there are a bunch of anon retard types, kind of like Rivellino, only instead of about degeneracy and don't lean in, this is more about don't jizz. And I'm just like, are you fucking guys really? You've been talking about this shit since March. And even the name semen retention, that was something even back in March they were talking about.
Semen retention.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you fucking kidding me? And apparently it's starting to trend on Twitter. Is
that the cope for them not getting laid?
That's exactly what it is.
Is that what that is?
Exactly what it is. It's these guys basically not getting laid. They're pissed about it, so now they're going to try and make something noble out of the fact that they can't get laid.
Yeah.
And the only part that bothers me is, mostly it's just incels bitching amongst themselves. And so it's like, that's fine. I don't care about them, but it's the young impressionables, the younger dipshits that think, hey, that leads to spirituality and that leads to transcendentalism and then other isms. And it's like, no, you poor dumb fuckers. Don't be listening to these idiots. You want to retain your semen for a while, go talk to a 60-year-old guy who believed that because of religion and ended up having to have prostate surgery. And the doctor tells that guy, this was preventable. And the guy goes, well, how?
Jerking off
and or regular
laid.
Sexual intercourse. Right. Basically coming, having your orgasm. This was totally preventable. And now here we are.
You're all fucked up.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God. And it's just like, you guys, It really is a race to the bottom when you've got guys that are touting their horn about the nobility of not coming. And I'm like, really? I mean, I guess this is where all roads lie when when everything's a participation trophy. Only instead of participating in sex, we're participating in not having sex. And it's like, oh God, you fucking idiots. So there's my rant for the night.
Oh fuck yeah, that's good. Wow, that's a good rant. I like it.
Yeah, and TJ thought I got I get excited about legacy. I've realized semen retention is probably my favorite topic, and then legacy would probably be number 2.
Is there a third one for the trifecta?
Oh God, there probably is, but my brain doesn't want to go there right now. My brain either wants to.
It's probably for the best, yeah.
Oh yeah, my brain's either focusing on guys not jizzing or focusing on guys who make a big deal about jizzing in a woman and they should get a trophy because they came in a woman. And it's like that's really hard.
Oh, is that stuff you guys call them power dads or something?
That's the ones. Yes, that's the power dads. That's the legacy guys.
Gotcha.
And it's like, oh yeah, you're special because you came in a woman and she popped out a kid and your kid's 8 and thinks you're God. Wait till they hit their teenage years and either do a soft or hard rebellion. And when they go, what's a soft or hard rebellion? I'm like, come and talk to me when they're 25 or older and I'll tell you which one it was. Because it's like, oh, did your kids come back around and you guys have kissed and made up? That was a soft rebellion. Oh, your kids haven't spoke to you since they left the house at 18 and you have no idea what's going on with them. That's a hard rebellion. Either way, you get to figure that one out when they become teenagers. Have fun with that shit.
Indeed.
Return of the Mac nailed it. Saving the West. There it is. There's
is that your third?
That's my third. There we go. Thanks, Mac. Yep, there it is. There's my 3. It's semen retention, legacy, and saving the West. There we go. And then for a close 4th, it would be relationship experts and life coaches.
Oh, yeah. That is pretty funny. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. That's all we got, guys.
Red Crusader, that's it. It literally, guys, we were designed, and I'm not going to get into morality and religion and all that stuff, but from a biological perspective, we were designed to fuck. And if you are not using it, you will lose it. That is something
has some serious repercussions.
You will have long lasting. I mean, I know with enlarged prostate, it can lead to erectile dysfunction. It can lead to prostate cancer. It can lead to cutting off of your urethral tube or whatever. So basically, not only can you not jizz, but you can't pee. And there's a whole host of problems. And if they have to go in there and you have to go under the knife to deal with your prostate, there's all kinds of side effects from, having your body invaded. Intrusive surgery tends to fuck with you. When I had knee surgery here, 3-4 years ago, and it was for my meniscus. I tore my meniscus getting out of the truck, just stepped weird and tore it. And ultimately it came down to, you're going to need surgery. And even after that, to this day, it still affects me, even though it was a real simple procedure. It was in and out, I was out for not even an hour. But they, even the doctors said, anytime we start going into your body and start poking around and doing shit, everyone's body's going to react differently. Because I was like, am I going to get full mobility back? And he's like, that's a good question. He's like, I've seen people that, and we were talking knee surgery, not prostate or otherwise. But when this doctor and I were discussing, what my mobility may or may not be, he's like, well, that really just depends on your body. You're never going to have 100%. He's like, you'll never go back to what it was before the surgery.
Yeah.
He's like that day, that ship sailed when your meniscus got torn. So, but you might get 95 to 98% back. Then again, depending on scar tissue and other things, you might have 50%. And that's it. And I'm like, fucking 50%. And he's like, yeah, that's possible. We don't know how your body's going to react to it and what it's going to do. All we can do is, best guess, basically. Well, luckily for me, it's at about 98%. But even now, there are certain maneuvers and stuff that are still painful to do. I still have to modify. Like if I squat down, I have to modify my squat in order to squat. Because
Gotcha.
otherwise, if I try to do it pre-surgery, man, I'll tear shit up. And that's been 3 years ago or almost 3 years ago. And it's like, even now, I'm still, that's another thing the doctor told me. I'm like, how long will it take for full recovery? And he's like, oh, that takes years. That's you'll be up and running and moving around and shit and be able to go back to work within probably 90 days, to go back to full work. But as far as full recovery, he's like, that's 3-4 years. And it's like, and I still feel it. It's like, Jesus, and that doesn't matter, that, oh, we are getting old, Rob. It's like, yeah, but getting old ain't for pussies. That's even for younger guys too. So.
Oh yeah, I had a friend of mine in his 20s had that all knee all fucking fucked up, but then he was a fat fuck, so that didn't help. MLD's in house. Amos, we do have a secret guest coming on in about 21 minutes. 20 minutes, yeah. So, but thank you for the offer. We'll do another random rogue where we just bring on some people randomly and have like a free for all. That kind of shit, I can't do that too much. That's fucking, you guys fucking drain me, fucking bastards. And then Rob gets cantankerous. TJ gets annoyed.
Cantankerous. I get crotchety.
Crotchety.
There you go.
It's a good word, crotchety.
I know. I kind of like it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but guys, that's I think one of the things that irritates me about the whole semen retention thing. It's like you're fucking with your prostates when you don't have to.
That's a t-shirt. That's a good t-shirt slang.
Yeah,
you're fucking with your prostate when you don't have to. It's a picture of a prostate.
Yeah, because it kind of looks like a donut or a Taurus or a bagel,
There you go.
And
bagel
it's
it up,
like,
bitch.
There you go. So it's like, no, because that's where the seminal fluid is created, is in the prostate. And it's like, you gotta relieve that fucking shit.
Hang on a second. Amos sent us something. I'm gonna share it. It's topical, so.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Super prostate formula. There you go, Rob. Set you up. You'll be all set.
See, but you wouldn't even need that shit if you basically come on a regular basis.
Exactly. You're fine.
That's it. If whether you're jerking off or you're having sex, you won't need any of those supplements and pills and surgery and all that other shit. It's totally preventable. And yet there's dumbasses on Twitter that are, ooh, well, and that reminds me, Ryan Stone, actually yesterday, I caught a bit of the conversation in a thread. He was actually asking guys, like, seriously, he was like, guys, what's been the benefits to any of you who've actually done semen retention? He was like, I'm serious. I want to know, what are the benefits? What did you benefit from it? None of the guys could give him like empirical hard shit. Like, well, my work production went up by 50%. They couldn't give him anything other than,
there was no way to measure that. Yeah.
Well, but not only that, but it was all navel gazing shit. It was like, well, I was able to meditate better. And it's like,
what? That has nothing to do with anything.
Well, but that was the thing that I was like, here's the better. Point. Yeah, everything was all
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was all this pseudo spiritual mumbo jumbo nonsense. That I'm like, okay, so you didn't actually run faster. You didn't drive quicker or,
leap tall buildings in a single bound.
You weren't doing
Superman retention.
Right. It was all this, well, I was able to meditate and I was gazing at my navel a lot more intently. It was all this mumbo jumbo is all they could give him. And, and he's like, that's not what I'm looking for here. And basically no one could give him an answer. I mean, he was really nice to these guys. It's like, hey, I appreciate you trying. Thanks for trying. But if anything, to me, it was proving the point that it's like there is no benefit from this.
No.
I've tweeted about that in the past. That it's like, yeah, just had the girl over, banged her out, sent her packing to go home because she had to go to work. I turned around and wrote 2 fucking articles, wrote a newsletter, did a video, did full editing,
4-hour nap.
Yeah, I took a nap even, all this shit that it's like, and people, oh, well, when you drain your balls, it drains you. And I'm like, nah, man, my focus was actually
bullshit.
really good. Yeah, it's
That's
all
complete
bullshit. It's just a cope. That's all it is. It's a fucking cope.
Unbelievable.
Just nailed it. There you go. His shits were so well formed. See, that's something at least. If that's the case, that it builds better poo. That it's like, okay, fine. If that's your goal,
Rob says building a better poo.
That's right. If it builds a better snake, then so be it.
That's right.
There's your empirical.
And a healthy shit is a snake.
Yes, it is. But if retaining your semen builds a better poo, then I guess that's something. But I'm not buying it personally because I can build poo just fine without retaining my semen.
There you go. Do you have anything to add to that, TJ, or are you good?
You're muted. Where do I unpack this one?
I have absolutely nothing to say to that.
Yeah, it's just like, sure, whatever you say. Like, I don't know what to say.
You don't have to.
Other than,
there you go.
You do you. Like,
well, Amos, I think personally, I'm with Amos on this. Okay. When I would go through a period of time where I wasn't ejaculating on the regular, I found myself meditating on pussy too much.
It can become a focus. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, God, I'm driven to distraction because I want to get laid.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing anything else other than thinking about hunting down pussy. But once I'm getting pussy, I'm ejaculating on the regular. I can focus on all the other shit now.
Yeah. It's definitely a good work habit. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can
definitely. Not that I care. I'm just throwing this out there because this is what I just don't know what else to respond to this conversation. I think that there are men out there in history who they just weren't that interested in women. Like their sex drives were probably so low in that sense. I'm talking completely.
Yeah. No, that could be true.
I think that Tesla was driven, I'm sure people are going to point out Tesla because he never got married or whatever, and he was a bachelor, and he was driven. And then there's other guys I've read about in history who
they're outliers. And Tesla basically said, look, you can be an inventor or a creator or be a family man.
Right.
You can't really 100% successfully do both. So he decided, this is what I'm going to do. I may jerk off, in the lab later on, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an inventor. I'm going to be a creator and a visionary. And that's it. Whatever. That, like you said, you do you.
Yeah. I just think that there were guys who, for whatever reason, I'm trying to think of who else. Lawrence of Arabia. I'm not there's people speculate about his sexuality. I don't care.
Lawrence Olivier?
Yeah. And I'm going through his book right now, and he never got married. And so people speculated and all that other stuff. But I just think there's some guys out there who they're just not that interested in women for whatever reason.
And and I'm fine with that even.
Well, somebody made a comment no, it's just I'm like trying to. I think that there are some men, there are people out there they're just different from other people,
and that's fine. Just don't make a big deal about it.
Well, and there you have it. That's what I was getting to. They're not getting on Twitter talking about I'm fucking noble because I don't fucking shoot my loads. They're out creating. They're out inventing. They're out doing whatever. They're not touting their horn on social media type of thing. And yeah, granted, I understand some of these guys were pre-internet, Tesla, obviously. But it's like, even if Tesla was around today, do you really think he'd be on the internet talking about, I don't fucking come?
No, he wouldn't have fucking. He would not. He wouldn't even give. He wouldn't even give Twitter a second thought.
So
exactly. He'd be busy figuring out the next thing.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. The guys who actually do that kind of lifestyle, they're not online and they're not talking about it.
Well, they're not talking. Basically, number one, my suspicion is they're not doing it, and they want to convince everyone else that they are, and convince themselves that they are, and they're really not doing that. So it's like, whatever, the fuck out of here.
Right. I think that the from a geek trying to shift this over to an actual geek discussion, I think the divide is like, to what extent do you get invested in whatever you're doing? Because Howard Hughes was also a geek in a lot of ways. He was fascinated with aviation. He was a pioneer in all those ways. But he also, as anybody who's read about his life or watched the movie about his life,
good movie, The Aviator.
He was dating women left and right. And so he clearly spanned that divide, probably to his fault, because he got in so much trouble with women. But but he was one of those guys who was doing both, literally and figuratively. But you had guys like Tesla, you had Lawrence of Arabia, you had other types of men who they just chose to focus entirely on their work. And so, but I think that also is just, I'm wondering if like your mind, if a man's mind is so not literal, but so logical based, like they don't have any romanticism in them, they have trouble understanding the whole concept.
Well, it just comes down to a mechanical act that doesn't require a lot of focus.
No poetry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think with some men, they're so mechanical, like the engineer types, right? These are the guys who like they understand the mechanics of very complicated machinery, but don't ask them to write anything. They don't know how to write whatever it is. They don't have poetry in life. They're very everything has to be logical or explainable like by logic, as opposed to art, which is more subjective.
Yeah. And
a lot of this other stuff it's not logical, like dealing with romance or women.
Well, so you got the early sort of pseudo Spurgs.
Proto Spurgs.
Yeah. They're the early Spurgians.
Well, it's not like here's the important part. It's not that they don't. There's a difference between understanding like I don't want to do that, and so I'm not going to do it, as opposed to, well, I don't understand, and now I'm going to gripe about it for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah. Well, that becomes their identity.
That
becomes the hill they die on.
Resentment, as opposed to a guy who like, probably like Tesla, who's like, yeah, I'm not fooling around with women because I'm just too busy doing whatever I'm doing, as opposed to another guy who,
thank God for that.
Yeah, as opposed to the stereotypical virgin Tao who's going to spend the rest of his life complaining about this stuff, rather than just going out and doing whatever it is you want to do. Like, if you want to invent something, great, go do it. If you want to do programming, if you want to do something that's really spurgy, like our world depends on autistic spurgs doing things every day. We need you guys. Like, we don't not appreciate you. Just do what you do. Don't go. That's kind of my point, is going to the whole, to get at this is, embrace your stereotype, Own
it. Absolutely. Own it. Yeah, just own it.
Own your Spurginess.
Own your Spurgin.
Yeah, it's okay. Just saying, like, this is what kind of the thing that frustrates me about modern society is we've championed certain types of people and not others, but there's certain peoples in society that make everything happen, and you may not want to have a beer with them. Girls may not want to date them, but you want to keep them happy and content, because if they don't do what they do, we have problems on a basic infrastructure level, go talk to any of these very stereotypical engineers in a lot of different fields. Like, go talk to a guy who wanted to get involved in, say, sewage management or something like that. Like, either he's really smart and he understands that you make a lot of money doing sewage management, or he's just, for whatever reason, that's what he's attracted to. And the reality is, these guys are what make it. I'm concerned about keeping the people who make our water run and get hot or cold, and who keep the sewage systems running. Like, I want, and our electricity. Those four or five things, I want to keep those people happy.
But you don't want to hear about it. You just want them to do their job in the background. And that's with a lot of jobs that are in the public eye. I think that these idiots should take that stance. Put on your suit, go do your job, whatever that may be, and shut the fuck up. Right.
And I think the not the problem, but the other problem is it's social media. It's people don't. This is a theory I have, is most people today, not to get turned to a religious note, but most people are religious, but they don't believe in God. They believe in people, so they have to.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means that they have to go reveal themselves to people on social media so that their virtue is known. Because if you're like, if you're a traditional Christian, you pray privately in a room, like with the door closed, right? Nobody's supposed to see you pray, because it's supposed to be between you and God. As opposed to these people who go out publicly and they're like, oh, I'm doing all this, and like, so they're trying to get they're trying to obtain status among their specific groups, because they don't believe that if they don't do it on social media, then no one sees them, so no one knows that they're good. So I think that's the other problem with
they need the validation. Yeah, it's like, hey, look at me, and then they can feel better about
like with this
their life choice.
Yeah, it's like with the whole political activism and the fanaticism is, you have a combination of two things. You have a combination of people who are very spiritual, but they don't have like a traditional religion. And then on top of that, social media. They got to demonstrate on social media that they are holy and pure. And yes, blue checks. Chesty gets it right.
Yeah, just look for the white smoke. So they've elected a new pope.
Yes. When the coin in the coffer springs, your ancestor's soul from racist hell springs, right?
What's that from?
It's not. So right before the Reformation, they were doing indulgence sales to finance the construction of St. Peter's Cathedral in Rome, the Basilica. And there was this famous monk salesman named Tetzel. And what he would do is he would sell these indulgences and say, when the coin in the coffer rings, your ancestors' souls from purgatory springs. So the idea is that the moment you drop,
give money, and then we'll let loose your ancestors from purgatory.
Yeah, you can get someone.
Talk about the original grift.
There we go.
Jesus Christ!
As Amos would understand, follow the money. Because what happened is,
follow the money.
Not to get too much on this topic, but what happened is, too
late.
Martin Luther posts his 95 Thesis that questions the whole idea of indulgences. In Germany, all the sales pretty much end. Well, the problem is, the Archbishop of Mainz had financed the construction of St. Peter's Basilica on a loan that he was going to pay back with indulgences.
Oh, okay.
So, like, this was a financial issue involved. So, like I said, follow the money on this kind of stuff. So,
it's true. I mean, that never changes. I mean, human nature does not change just because we have computers, salad shooters, and dildos.
No, but the thing is, when someone gets really attacked, it's because they're going after someone's money. So when the thesis attacked two things: the Pope's authority and his purse. So the money was not coming in, and He was also
speaking of passing the plate, Rob, you're up.
Oh, it's that time. All right. Hey, yeah, it is. Actually, it's close enough. Guys, subscribe, share, like. You know the drill.
There you go. And what about the newsletter?
Pass the goddamn plate and sign up for the goddamn newsletter.
It's good stuff. You're really missing out. So what'll happen is, if you don't get the newsletter now, we are going to compile, maybe next year, maybe a little earlier, the best of the Masculine Geek newsletter. All right? And that'll be put into book form, and we're charging your fucking asses. It's not going to be a lot, but now you're going to have to pay for it. So if you get on now, it's free. And you can skip that. You can get out of that line. You can get out of the paid line and go into the free line and sign up for the newsletter. We're not going to spam you. It's good stuff. It's all novel information and entertainment from TJ, Rob, and myself. Every Monday morning, start your week off right. Get on the Masculine Geek Monday morning AM newsletter. Anyone who's in the newsletter, who's in the chat, can attest to this. And there you go. The Masculine Geek coloring book. Actually, that's an idea. That's not a bad idea.
We have a picture of Aaron with the gay hand. And
that'll be a bonus. That's a good idea, Nicholas. We'll give you some commission for that.
Oh my gosh.
Indeed. So we have our secondary special guest on the way. But go ahead, TJ. You're going to say what? You know what? What?
Oh,
what?
I should have taken a photo of Aaron. Like, I just remember when he first did that. Like when he first did the hand, I was like, "That is so weird." I should get a photo. But I
know. I remember him coming up from his bedroom, and we're all in the kitchen. We're working, and we look over like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
So I remember what he did. He would he poured the coffee, and he went.
Yeah.
I was like,
completely.
Aaron, like in my mind, like that is not the most masculine pose I've ever seen in my life.
No, it was pretty gay. It was pretty bad. It was definitely a gay hand. And the best part is, it was unconscious. He didn't even know he was doing it.
Like he was just like,
yep.
he's sipping the coffee. I was like, I was like, you know what? He's the one who's been successful. He's done the whole consulting gig. He's the successful, self-independent entrepreneur.
And he's standing there with a gay hand.
But I was just like, I feel like I can't judge the guy because he's.
Oh no, you can judge.
When I get people to pay me big money to rant on YouTube, then maybe I can judge. But maybe that's kind of a privilege that you earn. Like when you unlock that level of financial independence, then you can do the game. I don't know.
It's possible. There might be a monetary financial level to your own estate, as it were. Like if you get to this level, then it doesn't matter how you stand and what kind of gay hand you use.
Yeah, you think you do like? Sorry for those who can't see. You think you do? Like,
I wouldn't do that. Bull Rush is going to meme you.
Well, no, you do like the fist on the hand or whatever, or you've got like your hand like this, like that.
Yeah.
Instead, he had it like that, literally like that, like.
No, that's becoming a meme by Bull Rush,
No, it's not. Because
I guarantee he's going to do it.
No, he's not.
All right.
He won't do it. Bull Rush. We got
Bull Rush. Please don't do that.
No, we got to keep the pressure on Clary.
Well, I did post that one photo on the beach where the gay hand wasn't evidence. So it was, and Rob was talking, and he just was standing there. I think that was before. Yeah, that was before he went swimming.
Oh yeah, it was before he took on Poseidon.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that was probably the most humidity I've ever experienced. I've never been.
Your mom is gay, drunk Spock.
Yeah. 70, it was like 75 or whatever, but I remember I was just drenched in sweat. It was so.
Oh, it was pretty humid.
Yeah. No, Red Crusader, I'm not. Apparently, you got to make so much money online.
There's a certain amount of vitriol and curmudgeonliness that you have to have. I'm messing with you, drunk Spock. You know I love you.
Yeah, mini pillow. Yes, I understand Florida is also humid, in other areas, but it's Florida. Like it's a kind of expected. The East Coast.
Yeah.
I remember even when I was in Boston, it was humid.
Boston,
it was like 60 degrees, and
Boston can be. Yeah.
I don't do well with.
Wait. All right. Thank you very much. You're done. You're done.
Oh my god.
You're done.
The problem
In
is
fact,
it's not gonna have my
he's
face.
working on it now, and he's going to send it to me in a little bit.
Yeah, except it's not gonna have my face.
Probably not. No, he's going to
Challenge accepted.
he's going to throw Aaron's face on it.
Well, yeah, that's fine as long as he puts Aaron's face on it.
There you go. Aaron, you never looked so good.
Speaking of which, I got a perfect photo of Aaron.
Okay. You going to throw Aaron under the bus?
Oh, absolutely. For his king, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You disrespect a matter of truce. For his king, absolutely.
That's right.
1 second. I was watching the movie last night. It was a great movie. Where is
Good movie.
Braveheart?
Yeah.
Like, where are you going? I'm going to pick a fight. Well, you didn't get dressed up for nothing. Where is that dork? You guys can keep discussing amongst yourselves.
While you search for your photo. Do you have that many photos of Aaron on your laptop?
No, it's
Wow.
Organized.
All right.
I need to like label it like.
Jesus.
Good. Freaking grief. Where is it? Bugger.
God damn. So what are you looking at over there, Rob? What are you reading?
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Uh-oh.
Right,
What
this
happened,
is
Rob?
Second gay hand. You ready for
Second
it?
game?
You ready for it?
Sure.
You ready?
Rah, the gay hand, see? That's the one where I have that.
Now you need to share mine, Vince.
Is that from Bull Rush?
No.
Is that yours?
No.
Who the fuck did that one? Oh, Amos did it. All right.
Yeah. He threw it up on Twitter.
Look, you scared TJ away. That's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least the face isn't on there.
But that's where I'm thinking, that
Bull Rush is going to go nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be like, I'll see your gay hand meme and I'll raise you an Aaron.
Oh,
Clary.
Jesus. He put it on Twitter.
Uh-huh. He did. Yeah, and I'm going to retweet it. There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, good. I'm getting down to almost.
The problem is everyone knows the context for it. So.
Well, yeah. It's not. It has nothing to do with you. You were just demonstrating for the people in the chat what exactly we were talking about. What are you drinking, TJ?
It's a cider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cider, see?
Yeah, like I said in the last podcast, it's just really hard to justify buying liquor in my state because of the taxes. But if you buy cider,
fucking insane.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And so I just was like, okay, I'll just buy a cider and pay the sales tax.
Not bad. Wow, it's starting to make the rounds already. Jesus Christ, you guys. I love you guys. Keep me warm as I go into my twilight years.
There you go. He did too. He did retweet it. This is what happens when you start getting $1 million army. Yeah.
That's right.
Good out.
Yep, better out than in. That's what I always say. Wow. Oh, and yes, there will be a small Masculine Geek East Coast meetup. Anyone who's in the Masculine Geek Life Speakeasy will get advanced notice of that. So keep an eye out for the news and announcements section on that forum. So that'll be sometime in October. I know Red Crusader was asking me about that. All right, this motherfucker, if you're listening, Mr. Special Guest, you were due in here 8 minutes ago. Bueller. Jesus Christ. It might be early in the month. It depends on when I decide to come out.
Modern life procrastination.
Yep. Well, TJ gave away the special guest, so.
I was hoping you weren't gonna just out him, even more.
Yeah, he just
John, you gonna fucking come in or what?
Yeah. Yeah, John Bueller. That's right. I just sent you the link, you son of a. I see that now. What the fuck? What's going over there in Japan on the far side of the world? For fuck's sake, you got a Godzilla infestation. You got the lizard interfering with the airwaves. The first weekend in October is probably not red. I'll be coming off of the village by the lake, and that's just I got work to catch up on. Probably more towards mid-October. Although it may not be that far a drive for you, so I'll keep you posted. Yeah, Mictobus will be there. Like I said, you guys come in the Masculine Geek Life Speakeasy, and you'll get details. Jesus Christ! You know what? It's funny. I was just thinking about that recently. I was like, I haven't seen the old robe in a while.
Oh man, dude, I was like halfway falling asleep over here. I had a long day of shows and interviews, and
oh, that's right. You're coming off of like no sleep.
Yeah. So,
well, thank you for coming on board.
Oh no, I just wanted to come and just say what's up. Really, I'm all out of steam. I can't do anything. I just want to say what's up.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Now, very briefly, or as much time as you want to give it to, you want to describe exactly what the SALT dating is?
So, SALT is an online course where I teach you how to maximize your online dating, and then it also comes with how to maximize your Instagram, all these things that help you get more matches and more connections with girls. Also comes with 10 2-hour-long coaching sessions on Zoom and unlimited text message coaching from me with me until the end of the year. So just go to saltdaddy.net, sign up, and then you're gonna become a super alpha male like everybody on this panel. Except for TJ.
I was waiting for that. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. TJ reminds me of that 17-year-old guy who shot everybody in Wisconsin. Jesus. Do you see that guy? Do you see that young kid?
Yeah, that's all over the
with
internet.
the AR-15?
Yeah.
It was self-defense, but yeah.
Yeah, so now what? Are we angry about Wisconsin? Or what's going on with the NBA protest?
As far as I'm concerned, that whole state can just burn. I don't care.
America is just upside down right now. It is hilarious.
It's this ridiculous fucking Fellini-esque play. That's I'm interested to see how everything plays out by the election.
I'm looking forward to the fireworks. It's like a zoo right now. It really is a zoo.
Yep, and has been. I mean, since Trump got elected. I mean, not for anything. So,
what are you gonna do?
just sit back and take care of your own, man. Take care of your dog. Take care of your girls. Take care of your friends and family.
Hide your wife.
Hold
right.
my baby here.
That's right.
Your other guest flake on you?
No. He had the well. I mean,
He had a hurricane.
Technically, but the hurricane was coming in, so he had to work.
What a pussy.
I'm sure he'll be interested in hearing that. Yes.
I'm from Florida. We eat hurricanes for breakfast out there.
That's right. Now you're essentially banned from the U.S. because of this COVID crap.
So
the Kung flu has you grounded.
Right. So I can go back to the United States, but Japan will not let me back in. Yeah.
Okay. Even if you were to self-quarantine, you could not come back.
I could not come back.
Apparently, nobody likes the United States. You can't come back. Fuck off.
Can't blame it at the moment.
No
Kind
shit.
of, we're kind of a oh, look at that, a super sticker from Atham. It's about time you showed up.
Hey, is Juan still here? Because I got to know if both my rooftop Mexicans are here.
We have dos rooftop Mexicans. Thank you, Atham, for the $2.
I'm still here. I'm just going to turn off my camera for a sec.
All right, just don't you touch yourself.
That would be showing no nipple.
Yeah, no nipple. We'll get banned. We'll just immediately
no scrubs.
No scrubs. The YouTube algorithm will immediately shut us down.
Like immediately.
It's crazy how fast we got shut down for that.
Twice,
yeah.
Twice in one fucking night.
Oh shit! I was busy. What? Just retaining semen or not retaining? I'm assuming you were not retaining semen. So there you go. Unless you were. He was retaining it somewhere else.
Yeah, he was depositing semen.
It's a semen deposit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone else was retaining it for him.
There you go. Get a free massage with that. All right, speaking of prostates, I'm going to go drain my bladder. So enjoy, gentlemen. Have fun. I'll be right back. God damn it.
Don't die of cancer.
I'm going to try not to. At least there will not be any gay hand in evidence.
Good out, Captain Benjamin L. Willard.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his way to Kenosha. Yeah, you know what? He probably is. You know, and I'm going to sound like a total boomer here because I don't care. Where is Kenosha? Where is that? Because I have no idea, and I'm too fucking lazy.
If you are a boomer, or sorry, I don't know how old that dork, Gary Johnson. Where's Aleppo? That if you have to ask where Aleppo is, then Gary Johnson was a libertarian candidate for 2016, and he's being interviewed, and they go, "What do you think about Aleppo?" And he goes, "Where's Aleppo?" That was where, God, I think it was in Libya, where our embassy got attacked.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, where's that?" It's like, oh, okay, dude, you're not going to be president. Oh, God, it's retarded. It's like, great, you hiked Everest and smoked weed. I don't know if we should give you the nuclear buttons. Moron.
I live in a healthcare system with a country attached to it. Guess where I am? Tough call, JD. There's a couple of places I can think of. Well, apparently none of you assholes want to tell me, so I'm going to have to guess. I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah. Anyways,
oh, it's in Wisconsin. It's next door to Aaron. All right.
What about Aaron?
Didn't Aaron?
I was a dumbass, Vince, and everyone's, because that's where the guy shot a bunch of motherfuckers or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was in Kenosha, and Kenosha's burning, and I'm like, well, where's Kenosha?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's in Kami Stan. So,
Oh, if you guys never watched Home Alone,
hmm?
remember
Of
John
course.
Candy? He was like the king of polka, the Kenosha kickers, you know, polka polka polka.
I'm actually very happy I don't know that bit of information.
Home Alone was like my favorite film when I was a kid. So I watched it numerous times, and he was like, so there's the one scene he's at the airport somewhere in the middle of nowhere in the United States, and he's like trying to talk to the mom, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the king of polka," and he's like, the Kenosha Kickers, whatever. It's like, yeah, we sold like 750 albums. That was our best hit. He's like basically a loser, whatever. But they were driving through, whatever. But yeah,
John Candy.
John Candy, we lost him too soon.
That fat bastard. At least he was funny, though. He was funny.
He was a funny fat bastard.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
and most fat guys are funny.
Oh.
Well, they have to be.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's true. It's like a fat girl, I guess,
like,
but in a different direction.
Chris
Hey, Candace Owens in the chat. Hey.
Candace Owen, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
That's John's alter ego. You do look wiped.
Oh,
like you
I'm
just
spent.
felt like you just fell down an elevator shaft.
You know, that's why like I was halfway here, fading in and out of consciousness, and I hear you like insulting me from the computer, like our guest. The fuck is our guest?
Our amazing fucking guest ain't coming on.
I know, right? I told you about this. You asked me about this last week. I'm like, yeah, come on Wednesday. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I always just always say yes and then sort out.
You fucker. Oh shit!
I'm just happy to be led on to the show here.
No, we're glad to have you as always. You're always welcome.
Yeah, I had Aaron on the show. Aaron's singing a little bit of a different tune about me now.
Of course,
he's seen the course and he was like, "Wow, John's not a dummy."
That's right. No, I'm going through the course now. It's very. I've been through the other ones as well. It's very good. Very very well put together. I'm learning some stuff. I mean, hell, I'm 50 and I'm still learning. So.
Oh, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It is great.
Yep.
I love being a man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, don't show any nipple. No nipple.
No, it's just this little fuck face is just okay. Like play with me. Is
that a little pink bow?
So one of my hoes got it for her. Yeah,
that's adorable. She's a very cute dog.
Little bandana.
Yep, that's great. Now, do you put like a little one of those vests with the collar and leash on her and walk her around, or you just let her run?
No, I put a harness on her for sure.
Okay, yeah.
The number one thing I taught her as soon as she could learn some stuff was come, because I want to be able to recall her in case she's running the streets or we have some kind of potential accident, and I gotta live with her death on my conscience. So at least she knows like come here, and I'm pretty like when we're outside, I'm like happy, get the fuck over here, I'll beat your ass. Right, because she has to fear me, but I do it in a sense that she'll come to me quickly and I'll be able to protect her rather than just like because with your dog it's pimp or be pimped. You see these people getting dragged around by their dogs and stuff. These people got no discipline.
Yep.
No, my dog, she knows who the boss is, and so it's been fun training her. And man, it's like it's copy paste. Like every single girl that sees her is just like, "Oh my god, your dog is so cute!" And it's just like it's a pussy magnet. It's doing a great job. It's doing its job.
It's doing its job.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's amazing what that does for the opposite sex.
Oh my god, it's fantastic. Oh, so you banned Candace Owens?
Well, look who else is in the chat. The delusional presidente.
There you go.
Oh. Oh, that's so funny.
Haven't seen him around for a minute.
It has been a while, yeah. There's Nick.
Uh-oh. We're being hunted, apparently. That or Nick got really drunk off of his rot gut or his white lightning and then somehow hit the wrong button at some point.
You say rot gut?
Yeah, rot gut.
Rot
What
gut.
is that? That sounds terrible.
Well,
That's an old
Nick knows
timey
all about it.
word. That's an old timey word for like really shitty alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nick knows all about
God.
it.
That sounds like, you ate McDonald's number 4. Like, oh, we got some rot gut.
And it's coming back to haunt you. It's what
Oh,
sliding
man.
is. It's what they call sliding shit.
Oh, God.
That's it.
And he's drunk with power, asshole.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Indeed.
When are things gonna go back to normal, or is this Illuminati time now?
It's
Dude,
still.
who
It depends
knows?
on the state.
What do you think international travel stuff? We all need to take the vaccine. People are saying now you got to take a vaccine to travel and all that.
I'm not taking the vaccine.
That.
They can lick my balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. That's as far as I'm concerned. That's sort of like along the lines of search and seizure.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with that. Nope, not doing it. Bill Gates can go suck a fat one.
Mhm.
Somebody needs to fucking. Well, I can't say it on this channel, but
You can.
no, not what I want to say. Somebody needs to fucking pay Billy G a visit,
yeah, you're not kidding.
preferably Mr. Colt 45.
My state's governor, his daughter works for the Bill Gates Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in Washington State, right? That's terrible.
Pretty much. Piece of shit.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's like, oh, we can open now, but you got to take a vaccine.
Yeah. No.
I would say, yeah, we thought about it and we decided no.
TJ, you have guns, right?
What do you think?
What are you, one of them homosexuals?
we all have guns.
Yeah, no, because dude, I tell you what, if everything went to shit and like my internet career took a dump, I swear to God, I would become a gun salesman and become rich in America. Seriously,
It's very difficult to get ammo right now in certain states.
Dude, there is Republican red running in the streets right now, buddy. Like this shit is making a red wave in America.
Donald Trump is going to win.
Yeah.
If you run a gun store, okay, so I'll throw out two things. If you own a gun store right now, you're making a killing. Two, the gun sales, in my opinion, is a reflection of what the vote's going to be like. Because people can say whatever they want.
Well, it's their behavior that you have to look at, not what they say. Exactly.
Yeah, if they're buying guns, and these are new gun buyers, these are people who are buying guns for the first time. What do you think that tells you?
Mm-hmm.
When suburbanites freak out and
they're reveling in the Second Amendment, even though they claim to hate it.
Everybody, this is the problem. That people can't speak their minds, so they'll say whatever they want in public. They'll say whatever they want and all this other stuff. But then they go into the when it comes down to voting, they're going to vote probably more right wing than I would, just because like that's just how they are. So. And then people are always like, "What? We don't understand. How are our polling not right?" Well, you fire people from their jobs when they say that they support a certain candidate or that their politics are a certain way. I wonder why people fire pollsters and don't answer honestly.
Did you see? I posted something. So I follow some really, really crazy, like super anti-communist Chinese people in China. They have like a hacking. They bypassed the Chinese firewall and they're in China like shit posting to America.
It's awesome.
And dude, I just saw the most fucked up thing. I retweeted it, but did you see those Black Lives Matter protesters like beat.
Oh, surrounding that woman at the restaurant.
No, they beat a raccoon to death.
Oh,
Like-
I saw that. It's been a while since I've been very, very angry. Like I will kick your ass upside your fucking head, angry over something on the internet. And I saw that they were beating it with a bat.
Yeah,
That it was the most vile, disgusting thing I've ever seen.
those people, like, when I see that stuff, like, I understand why the Illuminati wants to kill everyone.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely! It makes you lose hope for humanity. It really does.
It really does.
Fucking does.
Because we're all like, I would say we're all in at least the 110 IQ plus club here, and I think that's what our little internet corner has become. Like, we're just kind of like high IQ guys, like, because after reading Clary's book, the Curse of High IQ,
good book,
and believe me, I'm looking for ammo to hate Aaron, but it's just not there. His book is fantastic. He's
the best thing about it is a lot of people hate on Aaron. I know a lot of people hate on you, but you've done nothing but right by us, and I'm usually for the most part a good judge of character. You're a stand-up guy as far as I'm concerned. Same with Aaron. I've met Aaron. It's like he is who he says he is. I have no doubt you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't pay any attention to the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
In reality, John actually practices semen retention.
That's why he's got the robe on. Yes.
Oh man, dude, I need to practice semen retention. I'm
tired out.
I'm taking a copious amount of steroids right now, and so
oh yeah,
I'm just like constantly like on edge. Like, what did you say, Mr. Kobayashi?
Is it making you like a more angry?
A little
like
bit.
Less tolerant.
Yeah, less tolerant. Like like if Happy does some shit, I'm like, Happy, what the fuck did you do? She's like, okay, I'm gonna run in the corner, and she can sense the aggression. Like
gotcha.
The girls can too. But I was on a date with this girl tonight, and she was all about it. So no, it's good, But I'm just always like, man, like when you're all hopped up on testosterone, you just want to like fuck and fight. Like there is no in between.
You just want to fight. You just want to fight someone for no reason, just because.
Yeah, it just
drop you in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. Right? These guys better pray I don't come back to America. I would go beat up some liberals for fun. I need a good fight.
Oh, absolutely. I would actually offer
the thing is though, they're going to
my services.
The problem is for the most part they're going to areas where they're not. It's like like what's funny is Detroit, the police chief there said we're not doing this. And
I heard about that.
Notice there's been no
riots. Down.
Yeah, but there's been no riots in New Orleans either. The people who've actually genuinely experienced poverty and high crime and all that stuff, they've already been through that. Yeah. They're like, we're not going through that again. We've experienced that. We're not going back to that. The reason Seattle and all these other cities are going through this is because they've never known what it's like to be a old city. And so
it's true.
I think that it's just funny how like I was talking to some buddies of mine who are like, dude, we're at the point where Detroit looks down on Seattle and says Seattle is so dysfunctional, like we don't want to be like Seattle, right? And so
all right. What? TJ, you have to eat some words here. Bullrush took your challenge. You ready for it?
No,
Are you ready for it?
No.
Yes. It is funny, but it has to be done.
Yeah, but here's the problem. It doesn't show the hand.
YMCA.
Yeah, but it doesn't show the hand.
That's true, Bullrush. You kind of fucked up off of the hand.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll accept it. I'll be like, okay, he just showed me. He showed me with my fist up against my.
Hey, that's an A for effort because at least he fucking gave it a go.
That's true. That is true. You have to give it.
Anyways, so the thing is, like,
that big completes it.
Yeah, but it's like what I've been saying for a long time. If they showed up to certain parts of my state, first of all, they wouldn't, because there's no public transportation, and these basement dwelling losers don't have jobs and they don't have cars. But the moment they're in these suburban areas that are still within transit, they try going into.
Well, that's it. They have no way. They have no way to get. They're going to Uber in. They're going to Uber.
Drop me off at the riot.
My mom dropped me off.
Notice what they're saying about like New York City, but imagine if you live in upstate New York. Like, you live in any other part of New York State, you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff, because there's nothing. The people who are genuinely desperate aren't going to tolerate this stuff. They're like, we're just getting by. That's so funny.
I just love how you.
It just gets worse and worse with each one.
I'm laughing just at the sound of Vince laughing alone.
But it doesn't show the hand. Like,
yeah, Bull Rush. Boy, it's true. Bull Rush. You keep missing the hand.
Yeah, dude. The problem is he doesn't have the hand. He could do it, but it's just not going to work. It's not like when John captured Aaron doing like the retarded look.
Oh yeah.
You know, like,
Fuck.
Oh fuck! Jesus Christ! I love you guys.
It's
Oh,
so
shit.
funny.
Oh god. I'm sorry. What were you saying, TJ?
I was just saying, like, they go to certain areas of the country. Like, they're gonna in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and notice in Seattle it hasn't spread, because I promise you, they go into certain parts of Bellevue, they're gonna get shot. They go anywhere outside of Seattle, they're gonna get shot by other gangs.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna get shot. Like, it just, they don't. This is only if you live in certain areas, it's bad. If you live in certain other areas, you don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it because
it's essentially blue Democrat-run cities. Yeah.
Well, these major urban areas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people are like, "Oh, America's falling apart." It's like, you know what?
Not really. No. That's what the media. That's what the media wants you to think.
Well,
and these people crying.
It's also what some guys who are like not living in America anymore. They're like, "Oh, well, this third world country is better to live in now." It's like,
not really.
That may be true if you live in Southside Chicago or whatever, but like if you live in my area, you wouldn't even know that there was anything going on. Like, the only thing that you would notice is that the pandemic the state is not allowing you to do stuff because of a fake pandemic, but you wouldn't know anything about the riots or whatever. Make way for Prince Ali.
There you go. John is the Swami.
The plane, boss. The plane.
This guy is the fucking. I've seen this guy before. He flew the plane into the September 11th towers, right?
One of them.
It's Mohammed Al-Jarrar or something.
It's some shit, yeah.
Right.
That guy looks like a
rushes in a
pervert.
row.
I think that,
Seriously.
I think that the problem is also this rot that goes on in all these places has been going on for a long time. So to see riots there, it's not like, first of all, people are like, "Oh, what's going on in Capitol Hill in Seattle?" That place was always a hellhole. It's been a hellhole for years. It's not like that's not like new.
Oh yeah,
that kind of stuff. So like,
well, wait a minute. John made a good point, but there was that interview that he did not too long ago where he farted and shit his pants. Did you guys realize that?
Who did that?
Biden farted, like it was. You could hear it and shit his fucking pants.
No way.
In an interview, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's fucking hysterical. I have to find it for you guys. Yeah, he shit his pants.
These boomers are such dummies, man. It's hilarious.
We're the laughing stock of the globe.
Here's the thing. They knew they were going to lose, so they're like, okay, we need a fall guy who's going to lose. That they picked a white guy in the Democrat Party in the year 2020. Okay, he's the fall guy. They can say, look, this is what happens when you nominate another old white man, right? And then next time they're going to do something different. But like, it's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be a landslide in terms of the popular vote. The electoral vote will be a landslide. My guess is, and this is me being dispassionate, Wisconsin's going to go, because of all these riots, Wisconsin and Minnesota are going to turn red.
Minnesota's going to turn red. I would like, what is wrong with these? Why are all these Minnesota fucking, God, I want to call them the F word. What's wrong with these people? Why is Minnesota always going blue?
Because they're Scandinavians.
Oh my God, they're so stupid. You know, Charlie's from Minnesota, and I give him shit for voting for Hillary all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, like I think that Wisconsin, Minnesota is going to turn, and then who knows what other states might turn red as a result? Like, we don't know, but I think there's going to be a massive shift politically to where I think that this is going to be like, this is kind of like in 2004 when George Bush, people don't really know the history. Like when George Bush.
Oh no, is this it?
Yep.
No, he does not.
Designed on the spot of MSNBC. There was this really loud noise that goes off that sounded kind of like a fart. If you were kind of like, is it a fart or not? And so everyone was scrambling to figure out, was that a fart? Was it not a fart? Now, apparently during Joe Biden's live stream, he had a similar moment here. And it's actually really hilarious because Tom Wolfe's reaction when this noise goes on, and this is official video, by the way. This is legit, real video. This is not fake. This is not photo, not edited. This is real. All right? Now, what's really funny about this is that Tom Wolfe, his reaction to this is one that's not a normal reaction to anything normal happening. Reactions like, what was that? So go ahead and check this out.
Programs. Or stop work on roads and bridges. So what does the human cost programs? Or stop work on roads and bridges. So what does the human cost?
To be quite honest with you, I really don't know whether or not he farted or sharted or if any of that sort of activity happened. It could have been like he pushed his chair back and then he...
Oh, God.
I'm going to go with he shit his pants.
Yeah, he sharded for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
He looks like he would shit his pants.
Mm-hmm.
I shit on a turtle.
I mean, people who are seriously like considering to vote for this guy, I mean, you're why humanity is a plague. Like, your stupidity is a problem. Because that guy, like, dude, that whole party is just, I can't even believe that's real. Like, they've gotten so brave. Like, our ancestors would have run up on them with rifles by now.
Absolutely. They would have been drawn and quartered.
Yeah.
Our fathers would have been stacking bodies by now.
What did you say?
I said the founding fathers would have been stacking bodies by now, using them for sandbags.
Dude, sometimes you just need to dump a motherfucker off. Sometimes you just need, just be like, listen, Vince, just get the Mossberg. We gotta fucking, we gotta take Jack for a walk.
I get it. That's right. I got to break out my Mossberg 500.
All right. It's like what Thomas Jefferson said. The tree of liberty's got to be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants.
Oh yeah,
we got to refresh.
Absolutely.
That tree is looking a little dry right now, and there's certain people who can help refresh it.
I feel like American morale would go through the roof if somebody shot Hillary Clinton. Like, if somebody, like a citizen, did that, they would be like, "They're fortunate."
She's gonna die of dementia in like 5 months. So
I hope so.
Probably she's not shitting herself.
Mm-hmm.
Probably is. Oh fuck! That's too funny.
I remember the photos of her, like the secret photos of like people holding her up.
Oh, propping her up as she got into the SUVs. Yeah, Secret Service fans. Yeah.
Somebody made a fake fake autobiography of her.
She needed
It
to
said
go-
my struggle, and it had them like trying to lift her up.
She needed to go sniff some adrenochrome. Juice me up, Billy.
Oh my god,
Oh man.
too funny, too funny.
JD, I get your point. Like, there's a lot of big government guys by that time period, but if they saw where things were going to go, they'd all been shooting people, like, together. Like, it's all relative. Like, you got to compare. You know, Alexander Hamilton would be considered a far right-wing nut job now, but back in his day, he was a big government statist compared to like Thomas Jefferson. You know, like, it's all relative.
That's true.
Yeah, like, if they saw where things were going to go, they, like, I promise you, Hamilton would like, yeah, let's burn the Constitution. Let's just stick with the Articles of Confederation. And yeah, we're not going to let people from that country come into this country ever again. There's not, like, hindsight's 2020. Like, I'm not saying that they were right, but their context of like their thinking was based on what they knew at the time. Then there was Benjamin Franklin, who said that Germans were too foreign to assimilate into American society. So I think if he came back, he was like, yeah, I was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I'm a big fan of watching American women suffer during this. Did you see that one lady who they were like in New York? She like put her finger in the face of like a police chief. She was like, you know, fuck you, you fascist pig, and he maced her and like took her to the ground. And immediately she's like starts crying to the mob, like, "Hey, somebody save me! Somebody save me!" Like, that's like you watched a little too many Brie Larson movies because you know, in man world, like sometimes you gotta take the L.
Well, that's it. For too long, these fucking keyboard trolls have gotten away with no consequences of things they say and the things that they do. They think, okay, well, nothing's going to harm me because I've got my lawyer, or I can do blah, blah, blah. And then I'll put it on the internet and everyone will be on my side. No, that's starting to shift. We're starting to see where you people are the assholes that you are, and it's being shouted out loud on the internet, and you're showing it.
Remember when that bitch was so nasty to me in the Facebook little comment section, and I screenshotted everything she said to me and I sent it to her law firm. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember you talking.
That was a stroke of beauty
that was pretty hysterical.
Yep.
Oh, surgical, man, surgical.
That was pretty funny. She accusing you of what she was doing.
And Trump is that, when he tweeted out the other day, like, fuck Goodyear, basically, like, listen, if these filthy, stinking liberal hillbillies, and like not even hillbillies, hillbilly is an admirable term at this point. If these people were like, just these hippies, these pussies, that's really what they are. They're entitled pussies. If they really wanted a civil war, they're gonna lose it really quickly. Really, really. Like I'm talking a year max. Because these guys, they, I saw this kid, right? He had a rifle up in Wisconsin, and he got on the back of a truck with a rifle, and they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He's like, "I got to get a better view of everybody just in case some shit goes down, and I got to shoot someone." And it was so funny. All the Black Lives Matter people were like, "No, hey man, let's be rational here. Let's be logical." But when the shoe's on their foot, they are tyrants.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention killing raccoons with baseball bats.
And you talk about low IQ.
Oh my God.
It's unbelievable. And that's really what you're saying. You're seeing these low IQ, double digit low IQ retards on social media. It's insane.
So John's asking the question about.
Yeah. Will he be convicted? No, he will not. Not of murder, anyway.
Yeah, the problem is they charge. From what I understand, I could be wrong, but from what I read, he was charged with like first-degree murder or attempted murder, and
Charging does not mean convicted.
right. But the
manslaughter
problem
or
is,
no?
like, when whatever you're charged with, that's what they've got to convict you on, or nothing. It's the same thing with the Rodney King cops who got charged. They got charged with attempted murder. Well, the problem is you have to prove murder. If they charge them with like something like assault, they probably would have been convicted. But they decided to go all the way.
Yeah, if they're going with murder for Kyle Rittenhouse, it's not going to stick. I'll bet money on it.
Now,
especially with the videos and the circumstance.
Well, what happens is the defense attorney goes to the jury. Same thing they've done with the income tax.
It depends on what jury they have and what defense attorney.
Yeah, at the right. And so the problem is, I'll give an example. So Erwin Schiff, the father of Peter Schiff, who's a investment guy, he reported that he did not owe any income taxes because he was making a legal argument that income tax is voluntary under the way that the amendment is written in the Constitution. From what I understand, when he was brought before a trial jury, what the prosecutor said to the jury is, if you don't convict him, you're not going to ever see any Social Security. It was basically, so like the argument he was making was, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
So
he was given an ultimatum.
Right. So the inverse is going to be to these people, the defense attorney will say, if you convict this guy, this is the precedent you'll be setting for yourself and your family, that these people can come burn your house down, murder your family, and if you resist them in any way, you'll be prosecuted, but they won't.
And you're also racist.
Well, but that was what the prosecutor did with Schiff, but the defense attorney will do the reverse. He'll be able to show all the videos. He will say, if you do not acquit him, the legal ramifications are going to affect you and your ability to defend your own property, because he was not on private property. He was on public property at the time, from what I understand. So they're going to say that basically you will have to remain on your private property when people come and say that they want to burn your house, whatever it is. Like, I don't think that they're going to, they won't convict him, but his life is going to be destroyed. Because think about trying to get a job in this environment.
That kid can start a Patreon for sure.
Oh yeah,
based American. Put me in touch with that kid. I'll make him a millionaire in 5 years.
There you go.
But I think there's a lot of red. Republicans are more likely to own their own businesses.
Oh,
it's way too fake. Like, I'm not.
Bull rush.
I'm sorry. Like, I would like I'm kind of laughing, but like, it's just so fake.
It's completely fake, obviously, but it's funny as fuck.
That is really hilarious.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you for the laugh, Bull. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't think that but at the same time, like, he's probably going to get harassed. They're going to try to make an example of him.
Well, like John said,
he's going to get crucified.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
You really think he's going to be? But what about that other kid? He got like
I'm not saying that the conviction will stand. I'm not saying he's going to get convicted, but he's going to get crucified. It's already started.
He's crucified in the court of public opinion.
Yep.
What about, like, can he do the same thing as that Nick kid? You know, that guy who sold he sued the Washington Post for like $200 million. He was
just on, as funny as fuck. He also, I think he sued CNN.
Yeah.
And he was on a CNN interview, giving a CNN talk, pretty much downing CNN while he was on live with CNN. It was fantastic.
Oh wow.
It was so good.
Well, I think the thing is though, with as a reporter, I understand the differences between like defamation of character and libel, whatever. Sandman, I think that's his last name. He was a private citizen who was just there on a school trip, and the media took a private citizen and tried to say things about him that you cannot say about private citizens. For people who don't understand journalism, in our country, we have a separate legal definition of libel and defamation of character for private and public citizens. Public people, public figures like the president, very hard for them to ever win for libel or defamation of character because they have so much of a public presence. They can go do a media conference and get their voice out. Private citizens cannot do that. This is why when people die or are convicted of a crime in a city, newspapers have to say their entire name, full name, and their age. Because if anyone in that city has the same name, they can sue for defamation of character, for a conviction of a crime, or for arrest or something like that. So with this kid, he it's just amazing. Like the number of, oh my God.
Well, the hand is there.
You guys are gayer than an Aaron Clary show.
That's probably true.
Anyways, the point. So with this kid Kyle, whatever his name is, the problem is he's been arrested. From what I understand, he's been arrested. He's been arrested.
Yeah, he was taken into custody.
So he's been charged. Okay, so they're going to go through any of his social media. They're going to take anything that's public knowledge and use it to paint a picture of him that reflects what they want him to be.
That's true.
That's what they're going to do. And unlike the problem with Sandman is he didn't commit a crime. He wasn't arrested. He didn't do anything that's going to. But it's the same thing with the McCluskeys or the McCloskeys or whatever. With the
McCluskey clan.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. The wife's pistol didn't work at the time of the incident, and so when they confiscated it, the freaking police department tampered with the evidence. They made it so that it was workable.
I heard about that. Yeah. That's fucked up. Or to push the narrative. Yeah. Yeah, and that needs to be looked in as well.
Yeah, they tampered with freaking evidence in a potential
in a federal. Yeah, exactly.
Like that's how you go to prison, you dumbasses.
Pretty much.
It's exactly. It's like you can't. You can't do that. Like I don't understand.
I completely agree. Have you guys seen this or listened to this? I tweeted it out a little while ago.
Karen, you're annoyed, you're a big joke, screaming in the store, trying to be a good sheep all day. You got cloth on your face, want a mandate, spreading your fear all over the place. I'm saying, we will mock you. We will mock you. Call me with a trust fund, dumb, crying in the street, gonna defund police someday. You got cloth on your face, it won't stop Mace. Watching you fail brings a smile to my face. We will mock you. Me, man. We will mock you. Biden, you're an old man, con man, pleading with the herd, sniffing hair and groping kids all day. You got cloth on your face, sheltered in place. Now you want Kamala because of her race. We will mock you. Sheep.
Fucking awesome.
We will mock you. Everybody, we will mock you. We will mock you.
One health organization.
You gotta conclude.
That was good.
Is that good?
Hell
That
yeah.
was really good.
John asleep?
I think
No,
John
I'm
passed out.
I'm here. Can you not hear me?
Oh, okay. Is this your sleep cam thing going?
Yeah. Set up the sleep stream.
Got the night vision going on.
There you
Somebody
go.
donate $100.
Donate $100 right now to wake John up.
Oh, look at that shit. Talk money and he's awake.
I'm just rolling over.
No worries. Well, it's good to see the new old robe in effect.
Oh, I love this robe.
That's
I
sentimental.
knew
value.
you couldn't keep that thing out of retirement for too long.
No.
Yeah, that Versace robe. I got pressured into buying that thing. I didn't want to buy it.
Really?
Yeah. Those guys trying to one up me in the Versace store, trying to like
you came like, fuck you.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, if you don't want it, don't get it. I was like, fuck you. Wrap that shit up and give it to me.
That's
You
right.
know, he's got to give me an attitude. But I know it paid its its dues. But this is where it's at, because I could lay down in this and be comfortable.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's sentimental value as well.
I don't care about that, but
Sure you do. I don't care about that.
this absorbs liquid way better too. This material does.
Sure. We got a super chat not too long ago.
Yeah,
man. I don't know what happened. Atham sent one and someone else sent one.
Yeah, it looks like they're on.
It looks like they're on.
Yeah. I am so oh yeah, so yes, somebody interesting in the chat there.
We've got more
Who's
more
this?
trolls. Well, the interesting thing is I haven't talked about any of my ex-girlfriends in my newsletter, which I'm not quite sure who the I know who this is. So.
Is she hot or is she ugly?
Well, no, it's not a woman. So
Oh, this Sue Kitty's a guy?
it's a dude giving me grief. It's probably a family member who I've not talked to in years. So
God, the people are lonely.
they are. And this person, if it is the woman, oh, there you go. See, there's a test.
There you go.
Thanks, John.
See if it works if you send $100.
We'll share it out. So we've got this will be the third troll that I've banned. Yeah.
You got to aspire to my levels where they do an 8-hour live stream about you every week.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, man.
God damn it, you
God.
beat me to it, Vince. I was getting in there to go get rid of Sue Kitty myself.
No, please. If anyone who has a wrench, obviously.
Uh-oh, I think Vince froze.
Yeah, I was about to say, did my internet take a shit? But I guess his did.
No, it's his. This is everything is business as normal when Vince's internet takes a shit. So he'll be back.
Alrighty.
Yeah, but anyone that has a wrench, by all means, take the trolls out. I'm slacking because I'm lazy and I'm fucking tired. So
Rob,
Joe, Red Crusader, you guys can do it.
Rob, nobody's acting a damn fool in Utah because everybody's got guns, right?
Not really, John.
Oh wow, what's going on there?
Well, we had this was, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, 6 weeks ago. There was a protest. The joggers, the BLM people, were down in Provo, and there was an incident. I don't know all the details. That's still being sorted out, but some guy in a Suburban ended up going down Protest Alley, down Jogger Alley. And he wanted to get through the crowd. So, he was trying to move some of the joggers, and the joggers didn't like it. And somebody from the jogging crew had a firearm and opened fire on the guy, and he got hit. Like, I think at least once, if not twice. So while we do have firearms in Utah, the joggers also are arming themselves here. And one thing I've told people before that they don't understand about Utah. Yes, we are Second Amendment friendly. Yes, the state as a whole is red. However, the big cities like Provo, Metro, downtown Salt Lake, they are blue. And you have to understand that Utah is not the Mecca that a lot of people seem to think it is. Utah is very statist. After that guy got shot, because I was kind of half anticipating that, the Boogaloo's about to start in Utah. No. Everybody was waiting around to see what Law and Order would do. So, if you're a big Law and Order guy that, you love the thin blue line and you love state control, then yes, Utah is your Mecca. But if you actually love individual liberty and freedom, Utah is not your Mecca. Most of the people here are sheep, and they are waiting around for Big Daddy government. I mean, right now, Salt Lake County is under lockdown mandate as far as you have to wear a mask. And that's because the mayor, the liberal mayor of Salt Lake City, cried a river to the governor, who capitulated and said, okay, we're going to lock down Summit County and we're going to lock down Salt Lake County. Everybody's got to wear a mask. And most of the good sheeple are doing exactly that. So that's the thing.
Unbelievable.
Yep. Utah is not the Wild West, the frontier that a lot of people would have you believe it is. And part of that is because church and state are inseparable here in Utah. And while a lot of the Mormons talk about, we got our pantry stocked for 2 years to ward off the apocalypse that's impending, that we've been talking about for 2,000 years. At the same time, they're also the same ones looking for, if Jesus isn't going to tell them what to do, they're looking for the governor to tell them what to do. So that's what's going on in Utah.
At least you guys have access to guns and stuff, though. Like,
oh yeah. No, it is. I would rather be here than, say, in Minneapolis, Wisconsin, Portland, Frisco, all of that. But it's not the Wild West frontier, individual liberty that some people seem to think it is. It's like, oh no, we're statist here. We're a police state.
I would say what's funny is, in my part of Washington State, it really depends on what town you're in and what business you go to. Because some towns, they're going to be the statists. They're going to be the governor has spoken, thou shalt worship, glory and honor and praise and whatever. Others are like, you don't have to wear masks here. Like, take your mask down. It's insulting for us to even look at you trying to wear it. I can promise you this. Anybody starts rioting or causing problems in my area, I'm like the least of their problems. There's other people around here who they got less to lose,
Well, yeah, and it's the little bit of problems that we've had when it comes to the joggers and whatnot have been in the bigger parts of the cities, like Provo, like Salt Lake City itself. They want to, the joggers want to get a little frisky and decide to expand their circle of influence, their jogging path. And they want to come out into more of the suburbs, like out into West Valley or Magna or little towns like that. They're going to find out, they're going to fuck around and find out. And that's why they haven't. I will say that while most of the joggers are incredibly stupid, the ones here aren't totally stupid. They know, which is why they haven't come into my neighborhood, because it's like, show up and see what happens. And they know that they're not stupid, because a lot of them are from these areas that they're, they go home to mommy and sleep in the basement, and then they get up and they go and jog downtown or jog in Provo or wherever they're going to go jog. But they don't do it at home because mom will probably whip their ass or dad will whip their ass. And if not, they'll probably get shot. So that's just kind of how it is. But yeah, it's pretty statist, unfortunately.
I'd be down to tase one of these guys. If I could tase them, they Joe Biden their pants after you tase them.
They'd shit their pants. They'd shard it up.
They sharded it.
Shard it up. That's right.
Yeah, I was just making the point, it's not even what state you're in. It's in what part of the state. Because I promise you, there's certain parts of my state. It's like you might as well be in Montana. You bury a guy 6 feet in the dirt. You tell the sheriff a month later. He's like, "Yeah, we're just gonna pretend." He disappeared. He vanished.
Don't know what happened.
Don't know what happened. I already know in my county. They say that the deputies are just, if you need help, they're not going to be there for 2 hours. So they're not going to be opposed to vigilante justice, because it's what else are they going to do? And they're certainly not going to piss off the people who are responsible for paying their wages. Because who the hell wants to have people say defund the local sheriffs, or deputies or whatever? Nobody wants to deal with that. So if don't cause any trouble, just leave them alone. And that's why they're not coming here. That's why they're not leaving. They won't even leave. They're not even going to all of Seattle. They're going to only certain parts of Seattle. They know if they go up to Shoreline, they're going to get shot. They go up to Linwood, there's these independent gangs. They're going to get shot too. They're not leaving the urban areas because they're influenced. They rely on local government supporting them. The moment you go up into any other city, they will shoot you. And it's not even the police that will shoot you. It's going to be local people, local gangs. It's going to get to the point where the local gangs are going to have, if they don't control this nonsense, the local gangs are going to have more clout than the police, because the police, the cities are like, oh, you can't shoot people. The gangs are going to be like, yeah, we'll clean up this neighborhood. We'll go shoot these criminals. Just leave us alone. Let us deal in drugs or do some illegal stuff, but we'll take care of the gang. Your house is not going to get broken into because we're going to shoot that guy. Just let us do drugs in the corner and we won't bother you. That's what it's going to end up like. It's going to end up like the Italian mafia is what it's going to end up like.
Pretty much. And John snoring. We heard that.
Yeah, I am so tired. I
think you passed out for 2 minutes.
TJ, you have a very soothing voice. He does. He really does.
Put you right out. There you go. All right, so we're gonna call it. John's wiped. I'm tired. It is.
Time for bed.
It's 11:11. We're past the 2-hour mark, so. We're going to say arrivederci, arrivederla. So there you go. All right, TJ, where can everyone find you?
tjmartinell.com.
Rob, how about yourself?
RobSays.net.
There you go. And last but not least, the man with the sleep mask and the sentimental robe.
Saltdaddy.net. Learn how to become a gorilla pimp like me. Go.
There you go. And everyone, don't forget to sign up for the Masculine Geek newsletter. Go sign up for the subscription value of the Masculine Geek Life, the Speakeasy. And TJ, why should they do that?
Sign up for the Speakeasy?
Yeah.
Because Aaron Cleary's not a part of it, so it's not gay.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
Fair enough.
That's good. All right. We are going to call it a night. Everyone in the chat, it's been fun. It's been real as always, a blast, and we'll see you next time.